In this video, I'm going to conduct a one-way ANOVA test using a set of SPSS data that I obtained from the Youth Risk Behavioral Survey for high school Guilford County students in 2011 through the public health statistics data. The research question that I'm using for this is there a difference in race and height when measured without the shoes on of middle students in Guilford County? So in order to run that test, I hit Analyze, Compare Means, and One-Way ANOVA. First, I'm going to display variable names because it's easy for me to see the question number. The dependent variable, that how tall are you without your shoes on, is question 6, so I put that under the dependent list. And then the race is the independent, so I put that under the factor. I go to options and I'm going to click descriptive homogeneity means plot and skewed cases analysis by analysis and hit continue. I'm going to go to post hoc and click 2 key for equal variances assumed and Tom Haynes for unequal variances not assumed and hit continue. And now I'm going to run the data. When I run the data, this is what my output looks like. So the first table gives me the descriptives of the number of students participated in terms of their race, their mean, standard deviation, standard error, confidence intervals. And this table gives me the Levine's test to show whether or not equal variances were assumed. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and check the ANOVA table, which tells us which shows us the comparison of differences between groups and the differences within groups. So the number here we are interested is the significance level, which is 0.000, which is less than 0.5 p-value, and tells us that there is a statistically significant difference in at least one of the groups. And so now I'm going to look at whether or not equal variances are assumed under the test of homogeneity of variances. The Levine's statistics, we're also interested in looking at the significant difference. Since it is 0.000 and is less than 0.05, we assume that equal variances are not assumed. When equal variances are not assumed, we go down to the post hoc tests and look at the Tom Haynes section. Tom Haynes section is for when equal variances are not assumed. 2 keys is for when equal variances are assumed. So when we have these sections, we can look at the p-values for each combinations and to determine if there are differences between groups that are statistically significant. So if we want to look at white and African Americans, we can see that there is no statistically significant difference, but among white and Asian, there's a statistically significant difference since it's 0.000. And we can also look at Asian and white. That gives us that there is a statistically significant 0.000, and then Asian others, that there is no statistically significant because the p-value is greater than 0.061. Therefore, we can look at within groups and across groups to see if there is statistical significance or not, since there are more than two unrelated groups. And therefore, this is how we conduct one-way ANOVA test where there are more than 2 unrelated groups as the independent variable.